In a few short days, I will celebrate my 40th birthday. Even though most people in our comments section seem to think that I'm in my mid to late 50s, that is the birthday that I am celebrating. And that means today is expensive sticker day because I have to, before my birthday, renew all the registrations for the cars. And so that requires, in the state of Georgia, an annual emissions inspection. So when cars are more than 3 years old but less than 25 years old, so the Diablo doesn't have to get one, you have to take it in and they plug into the OBD scanner to make sure that you don't have any active check engine codes and that all of your readiness monitors are cleared. And so generally in my life, that is a precarious proposition because the cars always have different issues and the batteries may have died or I may have had to clear some codes and things like that. But I think we might have a successful day, and I thought it would be fun to invite you guys along because I know for viewers around the world or even from different states, it might be interesting that every state in America has entirely different rules about what it takes to legally register or re-register a car. For instance, Florida has no inspection whatsoever. Certain states, especially in the Northeast, have more comprehensive safety level inspections that make sure that your lights and your turn signals and your horn work and that your brake pads have life left and that your tires aren't bald. But in Georgia, it is purely electronic, and so there are different stations around town. You pull up, pay them 20 bucks, they check your car, and then you go to the DMV to get your new expensive stickers. And it's really not that bad. I've talked about the idea that the US is one of the cheapest places in the world to own interesting cars in terms of registration costs, road costs, gas costs, everything else, insurance that we have to pay. It's a lovely place to own a car, and today I got to take them all out. Now the first car for the test today is my '07 Verde Draco LP640. It has an awful lot of emissions renewal stickers on it because I've had it now for a little over 6 years. It is coming up on 60,000 miles, just 31 miles away. And right now it's running perfectly. Last year we had the whole engine out, did everything the car could ever need with the help of Cameron Davis and the team at DC Motorworks. And since then it has been running flawlessly. This is my go-to long road trip car. I drove it to Miami and back a couple of times this year and I just love it. It is the perfect supercar. And so hopefully it's passed all its readiness monitors. I don't think I've had the battery off in a little while. Anytime you do that, you've got to run through a full drive cycle, which on an LP640 requires the fuel to be between 1/4 and 3/4 and a certain amount of low throttle driving and all this stuff. And so right now, all the lights are off. The car's happy. Let's see how it goes. The barcode sometimes works. Hey, look at that. VinWiki, VINWIKI. It's down by the gas pedal. Oh, bugger on. Where'd it go? Yep, real convenient. All right, we in. Thank you, sir. All right. One down, I don't know, 6 to go. Now, of course, I use the VinWiki app to track how many miles I put on each car each year, and so I just scroll through the list of cars that I've owned, find this LP640, compose a post, take a picture, put in the mileage, 59,969, update. Past emissions. Oh man. Every time you drive this car, you're reminded just how special it is. Now, I haven't put that many miles on it since Jasper came in from the Netherlands and fixed all these things on it. He also installed the iconic propeller steering wheel, which I love. So at this point, the car is pretty much perfected. He fixed like 30 things in the couple of days that he was here. The only thing that's a little iffy is the fuel gauge, which right now says it is absolutely empty. And so we're gonna put some gas in it. But I think it probably has some, so I guess we'll find out momentarily. And no check engine light, and it should be good from a driving perspective to pass. This thing sometimes takes a while to pass, but I think we're probably gonna be okay. It was not empty. A lot of steps. A lot of steps for starting a Spyker. So just 200 Spykers made out of the 266 or 267 bin range. Just 32 Laviolettes for the US, 60 or so worldwide. This one obviously one of the later built cars, a model year 2009 in the US, one of the Carmen built cars as opposed to the earlier CPP cars that are a little more hand built and a little wilder in terms of how they're put together. It was a lot harder to service those cars, but this thing, generally anything that I need, Jasper can find or do, and so it makes the ownership a lot more pleasant and a lot less scary. I don't tend to worry that much about things breaking beyond what can be repaired because I just live in that reality every single day. But this thing is currently, no error lights, doing great. How are you? Excellent.
Have a good day.
Doing great.
Jake will be right out.
Oh, that's fine. Thanks. No barcode, the Dutch.
Is it a Dutch car?
Yes, it is. 8-cylinder, 4.2, manual. Look at us with the right thing. Miles is 4372. Low, I know. I'm ashamed of it too.
I think the interior is really cool looking on this one.
Thank
Oh,
you.
the steering wheel's the same way.
Yeah, you should see it from down here. I come in here, put the key in, turn that on, and turn that on. Turn that down. Good.
Now you can turn it on.
Passed. 2 down. Well, I already did the CL55, so 3 down. Now the Bugatti has been going very strong lately. I just did about 700 miles to Alabama and back for a cancer rally, and the car did perfectly well. You know, it still doesn't love low speed, high temperature drives. It would get a little bit hot, but never like at an alarming rate. It just gets to the point where the air conditioning stops working, which can be unpleasant. But I'm creeping up on 16,000 miles on the car and loving every minute of it. It's just wonderful. So I just got another set of the cheap Chinese wheels that we're going to put on this week, and they are going to then be tested. The ones that are coming off, we're going to test against some factory Bugatti wheels and see how much I am taking my life in my hands by using the new ones. And so the ones that they sent as the replacements, one of the rears was very slightly out of round, and the fronts had a little bit too aggressive an offset for my taste. Little stancy boy, if you don't mind me saying so. But I think the new ones are going to fit perfectly. They also said, even though they were just eyeballing it, they were going to make them a little darker red. The ones they sent before were maybe a touch orange, but overall, loving it. Oh man, normal doors.
Just the regular Bayrock?
Yep. 8 liter, 16 cylinder if you need it. Oh, thank you. Yep.
Hey, you'll be like doing Pilates and aerobics today.
That's me. I'm real limber. I cannot even tell you how complicated this used to be. The fact that these cars are like working is like so uncomfortable. I mean, this used to take me a month. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. See you in a little bit.
Yep. So, on the way home from changing to the Corsa tires recently from the regular P0s, my last new set of Corsa tires, I ran over a nail. I've literally driven 8-9 miles on that tire, that they don't make anymore. And there's the nail. Now, being in 1998, the Victoria's Secret Diablo doesn't require emissions, so I'm just running around the block because I haven't driven it in a couple of weeks, and it certainly deserves it. And every time I get in this car, I love it more and more. It was the perfect car for Car Week, and we won Radwood in it, and having it at events like that, at the Concorso Italiano, the Paddock at Bennett and Black Horse, even more than going to Quail or the Real Concours. It was just perfect. It wasn't in a trying too hard hypercar. It wasn't in something complicated and pre-war. It was just something so cool, and everybody had those childhood connections to the car. Everybody was so excited to have seen what we overcame and getting it running, getting it back together, even passing its salvage inspection, having a valid license plate on it. I mean, I could not have asked for anything more, and I could not have had any more fun at Car Week. Now, right now, no error lights. It really doesn't need anything. There is a noise out of the water pump, and that tends to happen on kind of mid-year Diablos, but there's a way to get it rebuilt because a brand new one is $6,000. Also, we managed to break one of the door handles, which tends to happen, and rather than adding the F40 loops like we did on the orange car, I think we're just going to replace them. In fact, I've ordered some from Project 132. He 3D prints like perfect replicas of them for a whole lot less than the factory charges for theirs. And so those will be in soon to put on here. But man, it's just such a lovely car to be in. I fit in it better than I expected to, and I am loving it. Creeping up on 20,000 kilometers, which is give or take 12,500 miles. What more could you want? The Victoria's Secret Lambo lives. Oh, the models. We want the models. So we're working on that with the marketing team from Victoria's Secret to see if we can get them out, maybe at the fashion show or something like that. I'll take it up to New York, get them to sign the wing, put the wings back on. It's a pipe dream, but hey, somebody's got a dream. Goodness, I love the open top feel of an LP640 Roadster, and 1 of 10 gated manuals for the US, the roughest one, the highest mile one, exactly my kind of car. And I drive this thing more times than I drive the rest of them, but usually not that many miles. I don't take it that far, which is sort of disappointing. I need to think of the right show or occasion or just unnecessary road trip to take it on soon. It could stand to have an alignment. I think they told me there was a little wear on one of the upper control arms last time we took it in, but honestly, it's running great since we had the engine out last year, did everything it could need. It is rocking and rolling. I can make a case that this is the best supercar of the 2000s. I mean, there's hypercar arguments beyond that, but just in the purest possible sense of exactly what you want a car to be, it doesn't get any better than this right here. G8ED.
Accessory mode?
Yep. I generally live my life one check engine light at a time, so having a successful day like this is very unfamiliar to me, but what a pleasant surprise that all the cars are working, all the tags will be renewed. I mean, who would have thought? My cars are almost sorted out. I mean, that being said, there is a laundry list of things that they need, and that's just with me having 5, 6, 7, 8 cars. I cannot imagine having like 30. All the things that would be wrong. I mean, that's why you see people having collection managers, because my full-time job is keeping these things running, and I'm not always on top of things, but that is at least today in the life of Ed Bolian, getting a little bit older and getting the cars a few more miles, and hopefully soon a good successful trip to the tag office, and we'll have a successful expensive sticker day. Today's video is brought to you by Bridgestone. I am absolutely loving my Bridgestone Jeweler AT Ascent tires that I've got on the Cayenne. I've got a set of their Taranza Prestige tires coming for the family car, and I love the Bridgestone family of products. And I've got a link in the description below for you to check out the latest from Bridgestone and thank them for their support of VinWiki.